So as it is the 10th or 11th day of Ramadan, obviously we're a third of the way through this blessed month. I thought I'd talk about how quickly the month of Ramadan is going and give you a bit of perspective on it, because on social media I do see a lot of people complain about how it's going a bit too quick, or Ramadan should have been a bit longer so that we actually get more pious, etc. If Ramadan was too short, or if Ramadan was too long, we wouldn't actually appreciate the value of it, right? This 30-day boot camp that I keep referring to, we wouldn't appreciate the beauty of it, the temporal nature of Ramadan. Notice how 30 days actually seems perfect. It's not too long, it's not too short, it just seems perfect. This 1 month just dedicated to Ramadan just seems like the perfect way to go about it. Now I'll give you a very simple example. If you were on holiday, let's say you're going to Spain, Mauritius, the Bahamas, for example. If you were on holiday, would you really appreciate that holiday if you were there for a year? Would you even appreciate if you were there for like 6-7 months? You wouldn't, would you? Because those 1 or 2 weeks or even 3 weeks that you go to the holidays for is where you make the best memories. You make the most long-lasting memories that you look back at and you really appreciate the beauty of that country, the beauty of the experiences that you get there. The similar principles apply to Ramadan. You, by virtue of it not being too long or too short, it's perfect in 30 days. You really appreciate the character building that you go through in that month. You really appreciate the opportunities that you get, not forever, only 30 days, 30 opportunities that you get to improve yourself as a Muslim. And if it was too long, if it was longer than that, you wouldn't actually appreciate the value of it as much like that holiday. The beauty of this is, if Ramadan was truly longer, let's say if it was 90 days, so 3 months, right? We wouldn't actually appreciate the acts of worship as much as we do in Ramadan. We would get too used to it. It will seem a bit robotic. It won't seem like you're actually doing it under your own free will. In Ramadan, think of Ramadan as I guess I'll use the example of an exam, right? Think of Ramadan, the 30 days, as the revision stage. And then what's beyond Ramadan, what's after Ramadan, where you don't have to pray, obviously you have to pray, but in Ramadan, people have more of an incentive to pray. Outside of Ramadan, when you don't have that incentive, oh yeah, I need to pray because my fast needs to get counted. When you don't have that incentive, that is when your acts of worship genuinely tell a lot about you. Because in Ramadan, it's easy, right? You can just say, oh yeah, I'm praying, I'm reading the Quran because I want my fast to count. Outside of Ramadan, that's when the real test happens. That's when the exam takes place. So imagine if Ramadan was just this long-lasting thing where you're always incentivized. No, you gotta create that incentive for yourself outside of Ramadan. And that incentive is being a good Muslim. And that's why these 30 days serve as a reminder that yeah, you gotta pattern yourself up, you gotta become a pious individual. But I'm not gonna help you much. This month of Ramadan, think of it as a person. I'm only gonna help you so much, man. But eventually I'm gonna go and it's all up to you. It's all on you to perfect your character. And that's after Ramadan. So there's a beauty in doing things under your own free will. There's a beauty in doing things because you actually want to become a better person. Not because you want your fast to count, even though that is one pillar of it, right? But once you pray more attentively, once you fast more attentively, once you read the Quran, once you respect your parents more attentively, more intentionally, because you want to become a better Muslim, that is when you get tested for real. That is when God really sees the true character of you. He really sees your true self outside of Ramadan. So yeah, cool. By all means, make sure, like I've even been preaching it to you, make sure you're doing the acts of worship in Ramadan. Make sure you're perfecting it. But outside of Ramadan, that is when you're going to be really tested. Now, you don't have that guiding hand anymore. Now you don't have those 30 days anymore. Now it's all on you. You've got to take the responsibility. So what is the point of me saying that? I guess for you to double down and really appreciate this month for what it is. A lot of people, I say this is the revision stage. A lot of people don't even come or make it into the stage. They don't even take this stage seriously in and of itself, right? A lot of people, they don't even do the revision itself. They don't even do the exam. Bro, they're not even praying in Ramadan. And that's not to shame them or anything like that, but that's just to serve as a reminder that, yeah, it's all on you. I didn't make a video saying it's you versus you in Ramadan, but it couldn't have been more true 10 days into this month, because now you're seeing, oh yeah, the days are slowly going. This month, which helps me and guides me, is slowly going. But what's going to happen after that? Are you going to be complacent, and are you going to get away from those good habits that you implemented in your life, or are you actually going to realize this is the point where most people are going to quit? This is where most people are not going to be religious, but I have to be that disciplined. And that's where God will really see what you're made of. That's where your priorities are really going to shine through. But whenever you are watching this, if Ramadan has finished, this is where the true test starts. So embrace that. Man. Hopefully this video helped you out, man. If it did, leave a like down below. And how's the trim looking, man? Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like down below. Also subscribe to the channel. Found a nice building in my university. It took me a while to actually find this room. But yeah, subscribe down below. The road to 1,000, not even 100 anymore. The road to 1,000 is on. Take care of yourself, man. Hopefully you're having a good Ramadan. God bless.